What we do here is go back.
Tootski. Well, thank you. Yes, Mr. Hanna. You were able to do drugs during the day and still functions and do your job. How the fuck else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend. It's all a fugazi. You know what fugazi is? Fugazi. It's fake. Yeah, fugazi, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real. There's two keys to success in business. First of all, you gotta stay relaxed. Yeah. You jerk off. What? Do I jerk off? Yeah. Yeah, I jerk off, yeah. 3 times a week. Like, 3 times, maybe. I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. I myself, I jerk off at least twice a day. Wow. Once in the morning, right after I work out, and then once right after lunch. Really? Okay? I want to. That's not what I do. I do it because I fucking need to. Think about it. You're dealing with numbers all day long. Decimal points, high frequencies, bang, bang, bang. Fucking digits. All very acidic, above the shoulders, mustard shit. Right? I'm gonna wig some people out. Right. You gotta feed the geese to keep the blood flowing. And keep the rhythm below the belt. This is not a tip. This is a prescription. Trust me. If you don't, you will fall out of bed, split your differential, and tip the fuck over. Or worse yet, I've seen this happen. Implode. No, I don't want to implode, sir. No, you don't. I'm in it for the long run, you know. Implosions are ugly. Yeah. Pop off to the bathroom, work one out anytime you can, and when you get really good at it, you'll fucking be stroking it, and you'll be thinking about money. Yeah.
What we do here is go back.
Oh, we're live again. We're back.
We're back.
Oh, you best believe we're back.
Beep. And I did not get anything to talk about because instead I applied to AMC again. They just opened up a position close by. Oh,
It's fine.
how grand.
That is
how
completely
grand.
fine. Because I'm sure we'll find something. Oh, I'm sure. Just give me 1 second. I am loading a bowl.
So anybody out there who thought, oh, he quit AMC, we don't have to hear him complaining about AMC anymore. Maybe not. You might be back to the old the old way. Though I don't know if this one's a dine-in, so at least there won't be that annoying part to it. But I don't know. Also, there won't be tips because that was how I got tips, was the dine-in, like, delivery and stuff. So even though we weren't supposed to get them.
That's kind of service. You deserve tips.
Yeah, but it's I guess a tax thing, and also since we actually do get paid like an hourly, like a decent hourly one, because like if you get that's why they like the short waitresses stuff for when they actually depend on tips, because they're like, oh, we don't have to pay them the full minimum wage because they also getting them tips. Just got to do a good job. No one's ever just unfair. No one's ever just had grand service by someone and then just didn't pay them for that service. That's never happened. But no, our tips were that was basically don't ask, don't tell, which is cool because there's no cameras in the theaters, which is still baffles me that they have cameras everywhere except inside the theaters where like I feel like that's where like shit goes down the most is like inside the theater, like between people and stuff, like fighting over seats and shit. But yeah, I mean, you know, you're free to fuck in there, and they ain't gonna see it. At least in mine, the one that I worked at.
They always have the one awkward position couple seat off in the corner. Every theater has it.
That's where I found the condom.
It's like, oh, you can't really see the movie from this position. It's like, that's because that seat's not for that. the movie.
You fucking those
theaters,
seats.
no.
Don't put your condoms in the arm in the fucking cup holder. There's someone that has to clean that shit out. You fucking bastards. I touched it. It was gross. Touched it with my bare hands. Luckily, they were soaked in fucking the cleaner stuff. Which I probably should have had gloves, but we didn't ever have enough gloves to be doing that. Like those pretty much we just needed those for kitchen. Always fucking out of gloves. And because there's like these shitty gloves that we used if you worked at, you know, like the cash register and like did like all the other things, but then there's the good old kitchen gloves, and you weren't allowed to use those if the shitty gloves were around, because you had to use all the shitty gloves first. If you caught with those those nice rubber kitchen gloves, or not rubber, but the, you know, like the surgeon ones, like those style.
Oh, those are the best ones, though. I need to get some leather gloves, actually, though, because that's the best for landscaping.
Oh,
or cowhide.
Yeah, these are just ones that, you know, you gotta throw away because you're touching the chicken and shit, you know. But you didn't want to be caught with those gloves on if they're still like the shitty gloves that are just like plastic, and they just like would almost always, like every other one, when I put it on my hand, it would just like instantly fall apart. Just like my fingers just ripping through. Fucking hated those gloves.
You talking about the
useless.
see-through? Talking about the see-through
Yeah.
ones?
Yeah.
I don't even. Those aren't gloves. Those are temporary hand covers.
Yeah. Sometimes just for a split second. They last.
More like plastic bags. The weird plastic bags.
Weird plastic bags that sometimes aren't fully sealed around, so they just like come in half. And it's like, oh, that glove just split in half. It didn't do what it was supposed to. And then you gotta fumble with like 20 of those trying to get the one that fucking works when you're trying to make a hot dog for somebody. They're over there like, what is this asshole doing? He's like changed like 5 gloves.
You making that? I'd actually appreciate seeing that.
And most of them, they're like, fuck, shit. Because also, like, the customer always wants to walk away, and if they didn't, like, give us their seat for another food item, like, they just magically expect that hot dog is going to magically, like, find their way to one of the, like, hundreds of seats in, like, the 16 theaters. Like, I'm going to have time to, like, look for them in the darkness. It always pissed me off because, like, they just, like, would... Because a lot of times, it was my fault, too, because I kind of, like, try to speed... I'd always do it right after, like, doing the register stuff, because, I don't know, I'd like to get them to pay, because sometimes I like to give them the option to be like, hey, you want to write down where you are? I could just deliver this to you, you know, but nope. I learned in the service industry that people are fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. And maliciously dumb.
Oh yeah, the average IQ is actually extremely low, and it's aggravating.
And I feel like it's always funny because these people obviously like have like high like ranking positions, like good jobs and stuff. But I feel like a lot of people just turn off their brains when they do, they get out and they're not at their work. Like I feel like it's like how in Dragon Ball Z like they hide their power. The people are like hiding their like they lower their IQ level when they to rest. To not have to think because they're not at work. They don't have to use their IQ. Because cause I've had like like family members too. Like they're not like that to me, but then they would be like they just change when they like go to like a service place, like turn into a completely different person.
I gotta say I'm kind of like that, but I have a feeling that it's more like a luck based system. They're like with Amazon, some people, they fucking love Amazon. It's because Amazon has never once fucked up on them. Like, they've always received their packages. It's always been the correct thing and everything. It's just like they're extremely lucky, and I guess they use Amazon enough for Amazon to realize this individual needs to get their shit right constantly, like every time. Then when it comes to the service industry, it's the same way. It's like some people, they just haven't had a single bad service experience. Like the luck of the draw, they've always ended up on the right, at the right time, right place, right time. Mm-hmm. Always had a good customer service experience. Always had like speedy delivery and shit like that. And then there's people like me. It's like I'm fucking cursed. It's like I go into a goddamn fast food restaurant and everybody's like, time to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
How can I make this customer not want this food as much as possible just because I ask for mayonnaise only?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time the services go great for me. All up until, because I saved the special item for last, because I know I'm going to have to repeat it. I already know they're going to be like, oh, what did you say again? I've dealt with it enough, so I saved the special item for last. I always say large fry fucking first, and then if I'm getting nuggets, I say nuggets, or if I'm getting other sides, I say the sides, and then I'd be like, alright, I need my hamburger with mayonnaise and mustard only. And that's it. But the second I say with mayonnaise and mustard only, the cashier, the cook, I see it. I see their face. They sneer. It's like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, what? You're making me press extra buttons on this fucking cash register, you piece of shit. And then I hate the fucking ones that's like obviously aggravated because they go, 1 second and they walk away. Mm-hmm. It's like, what? And they don't it's like they're not even getting a manager. They just come back and be like, okay, let me start over. It's like, what? Well, why are we doing this? You don't have to start over. You didn't press anything.
Yeah. Which I get that too, which I'm like probably the least demanding person because like I don't even like make special like options on anything, but I still get like shitty like attitudes too when I'm probably like the most like submissive person that could come up to you and in a service scenario. I always feel bad just like making you work. I'm come up there like, oh, but yeah. But I feel like with those like I feel like those people are more broken down because I mean working AMC is not at all as hard as like working at like a McDonald's. That's why I've never worked at a McDonald's. I've seen just and heard of things. I've looked in back there. I ain't gonna do that. That ain't for me. That's too much.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people are like a lot more broken down because just like the constant battling like with people like and a lot of times too it's like and sometimes it's the customer's fault. Sometimes you as an employee didn't maybe you weren't trained well. So there's something you missed, and I don't know. People, even if you're at the fault, like people come at you like at 100.
Yeah, but I will communicate with folks. You can,
Yeah, yeah.
if you need me to be patient, if I'm speaking too fast, if you need if you don't know how to make specialty stuff, tell me. It'll be aggravating, but I can change my order to where I don't need my hamburger. I can do that, because that's literally the only thing that I get special, unless I go to Taco Bell, because I make that just meat and sour cream, because their lettuce fucking sucks, their tomatoes fucking suck. It's not good. It's like, just give me the shell and the fucking meat.
Yeah. But I've always been honest. I've probably been more honest than I was supposed to with my customers too, about like if they're getting ripped off.
Yeah, I've never gotten that. Like, it's very extremely rare. I might have had like 5 or 6 great experiences, and the other experiences, it was like, okay, I like coming to this place is because they have a Down syndrome cashier that's like very positive about it.
Yeah.
It's like that. They're just happy to be there, and they're happy that I'm talking to them, and they're fast as shit, man. Because sometimes I've had this happen only like 2 times to me, but I've had one of them get my food to me before I even was able to insert my card. It was like, oh shit.
Oh.
And it was perfect too.
Nice.
But every other time, it's like 95% of the time, I'm in the parking lot. You're gonna hear me go, okay. And then I'm gonna get out. Then I'm gonna do the bullshit excuse that you're my best friend, so I'm gonna tell you this. This is mostly a lie. It's because I just don't want to deal with the customer service experience when I go, I kind of can't deal with crowds right now. Can you go inside?
Yeah.
Can you go?
It's
Can you go for
understandable.
me? It's like, now try to get out of this. Let me get out of this. It's like, there's nobody in there. It's like, just go. And if they're like, no, I'll be like, fine. And then I'm gonna wait for just like 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna slam the door, and I'm gonna be really upset. I'm already gonna have an attitude, and I know I shouldn't have an attitude, and that's gonna make me feel guilty. I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna be upset, because I'm like, oh, I'm guilty, and I shouldn't be, because this is bullshit. This interaction should not go the way I know it's gonna go. And I walk up, and then something about the cashier, it's like, yep, it's over. Here we go. Either the cashier isn't there, or they're standing there, but they're acting like they're doing something on the cash register, and they tell you to hold on a second, and then they wait, and then they wait, and then they walk away for like 2 seconds, but they don't really do nothing. They just like kind of look in the back, and then they come look at you, and then they're like, okay, I'm ready. It's like, what was he doing?
I literally had that happen yesterday.
It's like, can you at least be like, oh, I gotta wait. Let me see if the fries are done. Like, what's going on? Like, you're making me wait, but I won't be impatient if I know what I'm waiting for. Like,
No, we'd get crucified at my job if we like did that. That's what I would never understand, especially like when I have a bad customer service experience. Is like, man, I would be crucified if I did like even this like half of what you're doing. If I just had half of the attitude that you had, like I would. I don't know how. You know what? I just want to break down and be like, hey, how do you get away with this? I want to know, because I'm in stuck kissing ass.
It's
Like, you know, like in complete terror of every interaction of like, you know, even if I'm being nice or something, but like just terrified that like the slightest thing that they're gonna take wrong or like some shit, you know. But
There,
how do you get through life?
I can actually answer that. They're out of their probation period, and they know for a goddamn fact because of the manager they work with, there ain't no other help coming in. There ain't no other. They're it. They're it. There might be some temporary people that like survive like 30 days, but they're the hardened veterans that survive that probational period of 90 days. They're Stockholmed with the manager, like that. The manager's not really mean to them for some reason. Like the manager has just like developed a really weird rapport with them. But everybody else is just like, that manager is an asshole, and you kind of have to agree with everybody because, yeah, the manager is an asshole. It's like, I mean, kind of works with me well, so
Oh, pearly looking spider. I'm getting ADD'd.
Oh,
But yeah, that's customer service for you. You don't want to deal with it and you don't want to work in it. It's just all terrible.
I mean, I want to deal with the communicative kind. I don't want to deal with the kind that gets upset because I ask a question. It's like, I come to you for my questions. Like I have questions, and they hire people to answer these questions, and unfortunately you are the person that took on that job. I need these questions, or I need this order taken. It needs to be done. Like, I fucking hate ordering at the goddamn kiosk. That is the most aggravating shit. It's like, why can't the kiosk be at the cash register, and there be a human like monitoring the kiosk? Because 9 times out of 10, the kiosk is out of receipt paper and you don't get your fucking receipt. That makes me paranoid, because that one time I had to fucking go through a goddamn ordeal because I didn't receive a physical receipt. I only received an email receipt, and I didn't get my fucking order, and it was a hassle to get my goddamn money back. So that makes me paranoid. And sometimes the fucking kiosk doesn't give you, it's like 50-50 if you get the kiosk says the order number. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, thank you for your order, pick it up at the counter. The other times they'll be like, oh, this is your order number. It's like, okay, at least I can be like, my order was da-da-da-da-da, you know. But, and then it's like, they're not going to get it right. They're not going to get it fucking right. It's just, I know they're not going to get it right. Because the thing about speaking to, I know they're not paying attention, but some chefs or cooks, I know for a fact, hear the special orders, and they are like, okay, I gotta make a hamburger that's with mayonnaise. Like, they don't have to look at the receipt. They already fucking know that the special burger's gotta be made. They heard the customer say it. That doesn't happen with the fucking kiosk. So it's just like, just have a human monitoring it, so if anything goes wrong, the human can intervene and be like, oh, okay, I can print you a receipt or something, you know, I can process the order for you, since it's having problems, and I can make sure the goddamn cook knows that you have a specialty burger.
Yeah. I only ever do the online, like the app.
I had to delete the McDonald's app because it kept opening on my phone. every time I'd look at my phone, the McDonald's app would just be open. And it's like,
Weird.
no. It's like, I'm not. I'd be fucking texting someone, messaging someone. Nope. Open the fucking McDonald's app.
Aren't you feeling a little hungry?
It's like, no, it's very annoying. Delete. And then I downloaded it the other fucking day so I can order from McDonald's, but I didn't want to turn my location on, because if you turn your location on, it always attaches your order to the nearest fucking McDonald's, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get the nearest, I wanted to get the McDonald's closest to my destination. So I didn't have my location on, and I went and I selected the McDonald's that I wanted to fucking order from. And I go and I complete the order. Oh, please enter your location. It's like, no. Okay, choose the McDonald's you want to order from. It's like, I already did this. So I chose, again, the McDonald's I wanted to fucking order from. Oh, please enter in your order. Motherfuckers. So I do it again. It's like, okay, maybe it's just like a fluke. Maybe I pressed an X somewhere that I didn't notice. So I did it again. And I go to the payment options. Get to the pay. It's like, oh, your location is not on. Please turn on your location so we can attach you to the nearest McDonald's. And there was no way to get out. Like, I couldn't back out of that screen or nothing. It just was gonna make it, the only button. It was location. That was the only button on the screen. Is like, no, I don't want to go to the nearest McDonald's. So I just fuck it and deleted it, and I went inside and I ordered on the kiosk. And they put ketchup on my goddamn hamburgers. They put mayonnaise. They didn't even put the fucking onions. Cause I get diced onions and mayonnaise and mustard only. That's what I get. And they put fucking ketchup instead. It's just like, oh, I couldn't even get mad because I didn't get the receipt, but I got the order number, and the order number was correct. So I was like, oh well, fuck it.
Hey, that's how I learned to eat pickles, because I'd always try to get them without pickles, but there'd always be pickles, so I stopped trying and learned to like pickles.
I can't eat ketchup. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it'd be grosser if it was the ketchup by itself, but at least it like mixes with the mustard and mayo. For me,
Yeah,
but
it doesn't.
I remember I get annoyed with the AMC kids burger because they just like load that shit with ketchup, like to the point like if you bit into it, it'd just like shoot out.
No matter fucking how much ketchup is put on a burger, it always overpowers everything else. Like, even the taste of the meat, it's just like the bun, everything it absorbs the flavor of the ketchup to me. It's like, fucking, this is nasty. If I wanted straight ketchup, I drink ketchup.
That's how I feel about the pickles. But then I learned that you know what? When I go to McDonald's, that the meat, I learned that I didn't actually really like the taste of the meat. And you know what? I'll just have my pickle sandwich with this gray tasteless meat. But now it's the only way I could have a burger.
With the diced onions, I figured it tastes like a bigger Crystal's slider.
Ooh.
So
Yeah. I'd go for a slider.
you can't.
I've been hitting Burger King more this lately since that's what's close, and I've been actually like getting their regular hamburger for like $1.59. It's a lot more of a hamburger than what you get out of McDonald's. So I've been finding that's been actually cheaper. So McDonald's isn't even really in a walking distance anymore. So I just hit Taco Bell and Burger King now.
Man.
Taco Bell app's probably the better out of all the apps. You can actually customize things really well in there, and that's the only time I've actually like customized things, and they always get it right with this one, so no problems there. I get
Oh.
Dorito potato taco.
I've been Burger King is my go-to.
Mm.
I think it's the best out of all the fast food restaurants. I know other people say it's the worst, but nah.
I wouldn't say it's the best tasting, but price wise and for what you get, yeah, I mean it's definitely like better. Like taking all those things into account, I definitely believe there's better tasting fast food, but a lot of those ones they're kind of edging on being fast food, with the prices.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what would you say is the best tasting fast food for you?
Think probably Good Times Burgers, probably some of
Oh,
the best burgers I've had.
I've
You know,
never been to Good
it's
Times.
it's more of a Western thing,
Gotcha.
but it's you drive through fast food type thing. They had the best like black bean burger of like a veggie burger that I've had,
Okay. Okay.
and they had the best sauce too. You get the best
I
fry
wonder
sauce.
if they have an equivalent for the East Coast.
But they
No,
that's
it's actually not a Western thing. It's just a Colorado thing.
oh
There's 2 in Wyoming,
oh nice. They're
and
pretty cool.
they've actually closed down quite a few.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to one because it wasn't the most easy place. I only ever went there because it was right by the Target I used to work at.
Yeah, it's only mostly located in Golden, Colorado, in that
But
area.
it's those like mini chains are always the best because like they still get decent ingredients. They're not like full on manufactured. So there's a little bit of there's a little bit more flavor to things
Oh,
usually with those
and
types of like small chains.
the 2 that are in Wyoming aren't even branded as Good Time. They're branded as Taco Joe's. Taco
They
John's,
don't
I
even have
mean.
tacos.
So I guess they have tacos in Wyoming.
In Wyoming. Hey, that's where old Cobes is at. That's
Oh,
the only
hey,
thing I know about Wyoming. There's a
I
lot
can
of
actually
farms.
I could go and visit his hometown actually,
Mm-hmm. Gotta find his
because
trailer.
I have a relative that lives in a. Oh, he's in a trailer now?
I I believe so. That's what his girlfriend kind of like half doxed him.
Cuz it's hard to know. I it's hard to tell cuz it kind of seems like he hasn't been evicted from the apartment.
No, he's gone from the apartment. He has this like new setup. It's like this little weird corner of the room now. It's a different place for sure.
I haven't been able to tell the difference.
Well, he's been banned off of YouTube for a little bit. He's been only being able to post on Facebook Live.
Oh shit. I didn't even realize.
He'll be back.
Yeah,
He's-
they always come back.
I
Yeah,
forget why. I think I remember it was. I feel like he broke his phone and he just. I don't. He made it sound like he got hacked, but it seemed like he just broke his phone and couldn't get back with. He couldn't remember his password, which I feel like you could still like do like a remember password type of thing. But I don't know. It was something weird like that.
Damn.
he's on he's on Facebook Live.
Okay.
The best I don't know, Facebook Live I only ever think of, well, I guess I can't say that word. Never mind.
Why couldn't you? I can mute you real quick. What word? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would
That's
probably
all
be
I
a
could think
red
of.
flag.
Or that one guy who like live streamed him like killing his daughter.
Ooh, I actually didn't hear about that. Holy shit.
I believe that was also on Facebook Live.
Oh, that
Good
sounds
old
something
Facebook
that
Live.
would be a kick on kick as well.
Yeah, it was one of those things because Facebook Live is just like not monitored, so like you have a room with just like a couple people in there that you could get by. But yeah.
There
A
is.
plane crashed in front of someone's yard, sort of near where I live. No,
Oh
that was
shit.
crazy. But no one died,
That's
which is
good.
crazy because when I
They,
saw like the crash, like the plane looks like literally like a plain pancake on their yard. I don't know how people survive that shit.
it's possible you can actually survive a plane crash.
But it looked
Oh,
like one of those like old World War II or like like post like Vietnam like ones with they when they like sell like military surplus type of planes to like rich people for a discount.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, surviving the Andes. It's possible.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it was just completely flat because it's like a small plane, but like the whole thing of it just it looks like Godzilla stepped on it. But yeah, that happened. There's people just dropping out of the goddamn sky here.
Well,
That's why we
shit.
can't have flying cars. That's why even if there was a market that like made them to where like they were even like you're able to buy them and like keep up with them with like the fucking like what jet fuel supply that they need. uh, that you can't have people flying around. There's a reason there's restricted airspace. I'm an anarchist, but you can't just have people flying almost into your building all the time. But as an anarchist, everyone should at least be allowed to get an artillery gun so you can take them out before they before they crash.
See, that's why you got to do like a magnetic monorail. Like, yeah, you can technically fly, but the cars have to be over designated like lanes, that's on the ground that like keeps them levitating. But if you go off that lane, you fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I like is the paramotors. I'd be more comfortable if people had those because at least when you crash in those, it's such a smaller thing. Those are just literally like those big fans, like backpack fans that are attached to a parachute that people like. One dude's like flew like 17,000 feet up in that thing.
There's somebody near in that lives, like, I don't know if he lives around my area, but they do that a lot around my area. They fucking love being on that thing.
I would too.
Oh, nah.
If I had that, like I would be the master of Uber Eats. I'd be the master delivery man. Fucking drop it out of the goddamn sky, motherfucker. I'd rule the goddamn skies. There'd be no place that I wouldn't be able to get to. I just would have to deal with like putting away like figuring out where to put away the big ass fucking fan after, so no one steals it.
And
Because honestly, it seems
also
like the
like
biggest issue with that.
rogue winds, the drafts. You'd have to know the fucking the slipstreams and shit.
Oh yeah, you learn. Birds learn. But I'd be unstoppable on a paramount. You better believe.
I say we do my flying car idea, and we figure out how to fuel it with the fumes that come off of my my volcano garbage disposal.
I mean, we could try to set up some type of like fission plant. I don't know there. Sure, we could try to get the volcano to help in that process. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. We'd make the
Well-
scientists figure it out.
we have to make it to where like the car's byproduct is somehow like filtering the fumes into a clean, efficient like byproduct. So people won't. So we have another excuse to have the volcano garbage disposal.
Oh yes, of course.
It's like, oh, we provide flying cars that also help with the atmosphere. How about that?
Hell yeah.
All of this science should be possible. Elon Musk needs to get on it.
No, you know what? Elon Musk needs to stay away from it so it could actually succeed.
He's the only one with the monies. He's the only one with the fucking monies.
Oh, but instead he's got that Cybertruck that you can slice your fucking whole like hand off in the trunk. That whole thing.
Hey, we won't say the flying car won't have flaws. Alright? we are. It's already like not even technically. It's not even going to be really a flying car. It's going to be a monorail car. A very powerful monorail car that, like, as long as you don't have another person underneath you, you can go as high as you want. But you.
Well, if it was built on like a magnetic thing, then it wouldn't need fuel, right?
How the fuck are we gonna sell the goddamn gas? The dum-dums won't fucking know that. It needs the fuel for the magnets to work.
I guess
That-
you could put it into the generator. That's
The fuel,
like
the fuel is what magnetizes the vehicle.
Okay. Well, we'll get the scientists on that to make that a thing. We need to convert more scientists to our cause.
Yeah, to the cause. That, yes, if you ask us, we will let you know. Technically a cult.
But an
you ain't-
individualist one.
You ain't gotta join. You ain't gotta join. That we don't want you to want to. See, that's the problem. We don't want you to want to join.
If you don't want to, then guess what? You're already in.
You done it. You succeeded.
Now you're in if you want to or not.
Congratulations. Welcome to individualism.
Our,
You don't-
our Patreon is right down there. You don't have to give anything, but
That'd be nice. We're better than Love Is One, that's for damn sure.
Hell yeah. We'll give you free info. You don't have to go into ruin.
We will give you free info, and not only that, but we will give you whatever fabricated information you want as well, and tell you that it's true. And give
Yes.
you the evidence that it is true. It might be fabricated evidence, but we'll, if you want to, we'll fudge it to where you won't be able to tell. Just let us know what you want. Give us $500, and you'll get it.
How
That's
deep
it
in the LARP
works.
do you want to be?
That's all it takes is a small donation, and you can have anything that you want.
And I'll take like a donation, even if you like send me some delivery, send me some food.
Oh, do the cobes.
Yeah. Just don't give me don't give me a sauce sandwich. I'd rather not.
Hey, at least you can find something to put on the sauce sandwich.
Yeah, it would have been smarter if he like pulled out just some roast beef or something. That would have been actually owning them. But he just ate the nasty sauce sandwich by itself. Which is exactly what they wanted.
Hey, sometimes I feel that was the only food that he was gonna have for a while, so he took it. You gotta take what you can get sometimes.
It's true. Even if it wasn't because he didn't have food, but sometimes he was too drunk to do the effort to make it. Too deep in a stupor.
Oh, where is the news? I don't have it on my phone, so I'm gonna have to go on my computer. Let's see what's on the news. It's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be something great. I know
It's gonna
everybody.
be Palestine or it's gonna be ads. That's what it's gonna be, or the election.
Trump.
Yeah,
It's
gonna
Trump.
be
Oh,
it's gonna be
hold on.
Trump, Israel, or ads of hey, this new game's out. Hey, we're playing right into their goddamn.
Apparently, a large chunk of Wyoming's Tenton Pass Road collapsed.
I hope Cobes wasn't there.
Crew evacuated from freighter on Lake Superior after colliding with underwater object.
A cryptid.
Most likely. Let's see. The U.S. Coast Guard Great Lakes says a freighter in Lake Superior struck something underwater, causing water to come on board the ship and leading it to evacuation of half the ship's crew. The 689-foot long Michiponton safely arrived in the harbor of Thunder Bay Saturday afternoon after the ship started taking on water 35 miles southwest of Isles Royale Saturday morning. The Coast Guard says the ship struck something underwater just before 7 a.m. Pumps on board the ship was used to displace some water entering spaces, but the USCG Great Lakes said that there were no sign of spillage on the ship and carrying taconite. After 8:15, pumps operating on board have reduced the vessel's. Half of the 22 personnel crew was moved from the vessel for safe according to Petty Officer 3rd Class Armin Faber, before it began.
So
its
it's sort of
journey
a
to
slow
Thunder Bay.
crash. Seems like
Yeah.
everyone had time to get off and they didn't even notice anything.
But
It was
they're
just
not-
kind of like, oh, the ship's kind of going down.
They're not saying what it hit.
Because they don't want us to know about Pressy, the lake
That-
monster that allegedly inhabits Lake Superior.
It's
A
it's
75
probably-
Foot horse-like, very much like Nessie, like a plesiosaur type beast that is said to lurk there. Or it could be Mishipeshu, the underwater panther of Lake Superior. Underwater panther, which yeah, they got like little merch for and stuff. The underwater panther. So it does have some cryptids.
Okay.
I expected so for being a big ass fucking lake.
Yeah.
Can't be that big of a lake and not have a cryptid or two.
Yeah, you got. I mean, every body of water should have a cryptid. Let's face it.
Yeah,
It's more fun.
I like the underwater panther more because like there's way too many Nessies everywhere. There's like so many lakes that have their own Nessie, and it's just exactly Nessie. So you know what? Keep it creative, people. Don't just copy Nessie.
Most people are just gonna copy Nessie.
It's
It's easy.
It makes sense because of like the types of shapes that like waves make, and then also like a lot of these lakes have seals. So like they always describe like, oh, it's kind of like weird dog or horse faced like little thing that just squirmed up. As like, it was probably a seal. Probably just saw a seal like come up for a second and breach. Sea dog.
Oh shit! Python swallows woman whole in Indonesia.
Oh shit. My god. I wonder. I wonder how that happened because I wonder if it actually like did a full on attack or if she like fell and was already had passed and it took the opportunity.
Well,
Because I wonder what species too in Indonesia that would be big enough.
her missing body was found eaten alive by a massive python after locals cut her body out of the snake in Indonesia.
Whoa.
Farida, 45, went missing on Thursday night. Her body was discovered inside the I guess that's the species.
Is it a reticulated python?
Reticulated python, yeah. Friday by
Yes.
her.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the that could get big enough for sure.
By her husband and residents of Cumberland Vineyards in South Sulawesi province, a local official said, according to AFP. The search for the missing mother of 4 began after she failed to return home Thursday night. Village Chief Soredi Rosie told IFP. Her husband found her belongings, which made him suspicious. The villagers then searched the area, then soon spotted a python with a large belly.
Damn, it's like out of a horror movie. I mean, especially just like looking at it and being like, no, it couldn't be, But you just get that gut feeling that it is, and then cut that thing open, and then fuck,
Yeah,
you find who
they-
you're looking for.
They agreed to cut open the python's stomach. As soon as they did, Freddy's head was immediately visible. The missing woman was found fully clothed inside the massive snake, which was reported to be at least 16 feet long. Her husband, identified as Nani, expressed regret that he let his wife go out on her own. He If I had been with her that day, the snake would have not have dared to touch her, he said. I feel sorry for the suffering she went through. I am sorry for our family, he said.
And I'm not saying that it's impossible for a large snake like that to, overpower someone like that, hunt someone like that. But it's there's I hope that they do an autopsy still, because there's something a little fishy about this, because it's very rare for that to happen, because I mean it's a process, that a snake has to go through.
This says such incidents are incredibly rare but not unheard of in Indonesia. Last year, residents of the southeast Swaliwis, I'm mispronouncing these names, my apologies, Tenangia district killed a monster 26-foot-long python, which was found strangling and eating a local farmer, according to IFP. 2018, a 54-year-old woman was found dead inside a 23-foot-long snake in southeast Wales, Muna town.
So it seems like it's just when these snakes get past 20 feet that they're starting to become a problem.
And in the previous year, a farmer in the West Wales disappeared and was found being eaten alive by a 13-foot python at a palm owl. They just got to be longer than us.
Yeah.
The
That's
reticulated
crazy though.
the reticulated python is considered the world's longest snake and is indigenous to Indonesia, the Philippines, India, and Borneo. The longest reticulated python ever discovered was 32 feet long and weighed an incredible 350 pounds, according to Reptiles magazine. It's a natural
Actually,
diet.
I always thought that the anaconda does the anaconda just have more mass?
I guess so. It's probably heavier.
Yeah. They can get real long too, because it's usually what I hear about, when I've heard about people being eaten by them. It's the occasional anaconda story,
Yeah. Its natural diet is mainly rodents, but larger snakes have been known to feed on pigs, kiwis, bearcats, and even primates. Federal law prohibits reticulated pythons from being imported to the United States, except for a permit for zoological, educational, medical, and scientific purposes. Some reptile enthusiasts may breed them as pets, but they require lots of space due to their size and should only be cared for by dedicated and proper keepers, according to Reptile Supply.
That's the key word, that it's the bringing them over that's illegal. But there is a large, thriving breeder community that reticulated python is probably one of the most common snakes that you can buy. That's why they're it's them and the boas. I forget what the breed of boa is usually what it is, but they can actually hybridize with boa constrictors, and that's what the problem. They get released into the wild, they hybridize with boa constrictors, like the reticulated pythons. It makes them even grow larger faster, and it's weird. It's that the hybrids are they seem smarter too, but that's what's taking over the Everglades right now, that they're trying to hunt all the snakes. So hey, in a couple years' time, we might have some more stories about people being eaten by snakes in America that aren't the usual, Florida man was fucking around with the snake. I think there's one that happened in Florida where the dude was actually purposefully trying to be eaten alive by the snake. Out of a fetish thing.
Oh, that shit can get weed. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking Jungle Book, man. That got a lot of people.
It's weird. It's weird that happened.
That you can't predict what things are gonna do to the forming mind. That's for sure.
Let's see here. There is. Oh shit! Did you hear the new Dragon Ball Z Budokai game that's called Sparking Zero get its release date?
I don't care.
It's October 11th.
I ain't playing it.
I'm playing it. Oh, you best believe I'm playing it.
Well, good. Good for them.
I like
They
the
can-
Budokai Taikichi games. They're good.
Hmm. I'm sure. I'm just not big into fighting games, really.
Oh, but you can play through the Dragon Ball series. That's why I
Did that
like
on the Game Boy.
That's why I like it. So I get it. It's my Dragon Ball Z Kai,
Hmm.
but I get to control it, and I get a lot of cool what ifs.
Ooh. gotta get the what ifs.
And they usually have a very robust roster, and they include some very obscure characters most of the time,
Hmm.
like
Oh, nice.
Devilman.
Hell yeah. Oh, you mean the? Oh yeah. Spike the Devil Man. He's supposed to have the technically kind of an OP attack,
Oh yeah.
but it only works on evil people.
And I think that's they keep that canon in the games too. I think he actually has a move that can
Mhm.
harm people that have evil in their heart.
Yeah, that's why Goku, like I said, just make that like not work on him.
Yeah,
They're sticking
I
to
think
the-
that if you try to use the move in the games on the Goku, somebody using Goku,
Though
it
yeah,
will work.
I would argue that he ain't pure anymore. he's kind of a dick now.
True, but they've made him dumber. They've made
Made
him
him-
so much
yeah.
like he had everything he has learned has literally just not held on. It's just not sticking.
And now, like when he like spares people, it's not even like, oh, they might be like a better person later. It's just like, oh, I want to fight them when they're stronger, so I don't really give a shit if like they come back and destroy everything. I'm willing to take that risk for a good fight. I'm like that. That's got to be like some type of pride or something, right? That's a type of sin.
I mean, he's fallen into his Super Saiyan ways, I would say. His
Yeah.
Saiyan blood is boiling. It's not
Mhm.
being satiated.
True. But most of all the substance of anything of any character and that has been gone anyway. Probably since just early DBZ. Probably since the Frieza saga ended.
Oh.
But that's my opinion. Not that I don't enjoy things. Just saying. What I believe is the prime Dragon Ball eras. So
My
a lot of things were also uncool in the older ones.
Oh, that is true. I can't deny that.
That
Cannot.
don't age very well.
But I have to say the Red Ribbon Army saga is definitely like my favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it,
For sure.
that's peak Dragon Ball. I need to watch Dragon Ball.
We'll get back to it. We'll get to it.
Cause it's been a minute. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
looking for more news stories that isn't Trump or the Middle East.
Donald Dump in the Middle East. It's full of yeast. Needs a good shampoo.
Oh, very tiny niche audience, but they're being very loud or upset. The Clockwork Orange's gang is in the Space Jam 2 movie. Like, they're in the crowd for a split sec.
Who cares?
Oh, it's-
There's so many kids movies, like shows and stuff that reference that. Like even just like the little thing with the, forcing the eyes open, like that scene. Like who cares? Yeah, there's plenty of movies that are kids movies that or why would anybody? Why would anybody care? You know what? Space Jam 2 just sucked. Who cares? Who cares? Is it because the movie sucked that you're mad that they were in there? So like, I don't know.
I would hope so.
I'd be madder at a remake, which they probably will do a remake. Probably be stupid.
There's no way that article can go anywhere. I can't believe I saw that because James Stephanie Sterling was complaining about it on her latest video, and it's very, very odd.
Well, what was the complaint? Is it that like they're problematic?
That they're
Because they're rapists?
they're rapists, yeah, and they're cheering on the Looney Tunes and.
You know what? I mean, maybe we should be paying attention more to the actual rapists behind the scenes instead of the make believe ones.
Oh, you make a good point. You make a very valid point.
Goddamn. What a nothing problem. I mean, Rick and Morty did some problematic stuff that you're gonna get mad at them. Are you guys complaining about that? They had Justin Roiland. That was still when Justin Roiland was a part of it.
No, they love it so much they're just gonna accept the fact that he's no longer the lead creator or the lead vocals, and he's gone, so we can move on and we can have our little stupid show, and we can still shout Pickle Rick without any repercussions or any people going like, yeah, what the fuck.
But hey, that means I can enjoy Ren and Stimpy.
Yay. Yay. I actually really we're probably gonna watch that soon.
It's good. In a demented way, which honestly, like sometimes you can kind of almost see the psyche of John Kay. Fortunately, not too much of the predatory ones, but definitely he's probably your average, like, of someone who grew up in the time that he grew up in, like the average type of messed up. So I'm not like giving him an excuse for anything. Also, not that it would be an excuse, but I definitely feel like he's definitely had a most of his humor is like based on like just dysfunctional family type of thing. Like your dad comes home after a long day of work and it's gonna kick your ass because you fucked around. And just in the intensity of that.
Hey, that damages the fucking kid.
Or like an abusive, like towards a spouse. It's a lot of like those little things into it.
I know I shouldn't be pointing this one out, but this fucking goddamn apparently good news, everybody. Netflix's Plankton the movie is set in the SpongeBob SquarePants universe.
I like that there's a threat that it wasn't going to be canon. This is a real important canon that needs to be preserved.
It's gonna be that weird 3D animation that they fucking made that spin-off fucking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. Can't have 2D anymore. Not even the style.
Shame, man. That is a shame. Because you can you can do shell shade it. Why can't cell shade it, dude?
No. Let the computer do it. Let the computer do it. I make the model, and the computer can make the model move around.
Look, let's be honest. It's not that you want to let the computer do it. It's you have to let the computer do it.
Yes. Because you know what? You know what the big movies are? The Minions. We gotta make it look like the Minions, okay?
Not that.
Gotta look like the Minions.
But you weren't. They definitely weren't. You probably are some incompetent asshole that wasn't taught. That wasn't actually taught how to fucking animate. You were taught
Damn.
how to run the program. I know.
Damn. So I like the Plankton voice so much, but I just hate the writing of modern SpongeBob so much. He just doesn't hold to it. Especially just going back on those old episodes, man. Too good.
Oh
Now it's
man.
baby shit. Now it's just dangling the keys for the babies. Like, oh, here's the
jingle.
characters. Here's the characters you like.
Gotta jingle them keys. Got to
Mhm.
jingle them fucking keys.
There's literally one whole episode that was just only like it was just like some grunts and like sound effects of like Mr. Krabs and Mr. Puff, but they don't ever talk. It's just like oh. It's just like that. It was like one of the newer
Fuck yeah.
episodes. I just saw like a thing of it, and it was just the most bullshit like nonsense
Fucking yeah.
of them on a date. And he gets cucked in the end, though.
You're right
Always
on
got
that.
to end with a cuck. Oh. The world is changing. Things aren't as good as they used to be. It makes me scared and angry.
Oh, okay, I'm not researching that. The Power Ranger comics have made me mad. Godly, there really nothing has happened, huh?
Even low for the ads.
Yeah, I
Dumb
mean,
bastards.
it's really just everybody talking about the same shit.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
It's-
You go and look at what the other news is doing. You copy paste, and then hey, you got your article done. That's journalism. Journalism 101. Let everyone else do the work for you. Don't bother making sure what they're saying is true. That's extra work. That's not part of the pay. You ain't paid to research. You're paid to put out news.
Oh shit. This is something. Rob Schneider booted mid-set from the stage after attendees walk out.
Oh no.
Comic Rob Schneider was pulled from another stage this week when his act at a fundraiser in Canada, which many found inappropriate for an event supporting a hospital, led organizers to cut him off. On Saturday, at the event called the Four Seasons Ball, a fundraiser for the Hospital of Regina Foundation. I'm Regina Foundation. I apologize for mispronouncing that. Saturday Night Live.
Regina.
Regina. Saturday
Regina.
Saturday Night Live alumni Schneider was scheduled to perform a comedy set for the crowd at the annual gala. His politics-heavy comedy style, however, did not seem to match the tone of the evening.
He's just like up there, like, yeah, you notice how Donald Trump's face looks like a butthole? I'm gonna wanna fuck it. And then they're like, oh no. The kids.
Shortly
I'm
into
imagining.
his sets, and attendees began to walk out of the event. Horn representative.
Unless he's red pilled. You think Rob Schneider's red pilled?
I don't know.
He'd be like, oh no, it's Biden. Biden.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to. I'm hoping they get into it. But
yeah, I want to know what he said that was so bad.
Shortly into his set, as attendees began to walk out of the event, Horn representatives asked the comic to leave the stage. Schneider complied with the request right away, according to a rep from Horn. We do not condone, accept, or endorse or share Mr. Schneider's position as expressed during his comedy set, and acknowledge that in this instance the performance did not meet the expectations of our audience and our team, the foundation said in statements published by Canada's Global News. An unconditional apology was offered right after to our guest and our community. We reiterate this sincere and unconditional apology today for any offense caused by Mr. Schneider's recent comedy set at the Four Seasons Ball.
See, they're Canadian. They don't know the American rule. Never let them know that you did wrong. Never admit it. Never admit to doing wrong.
Apparently, while the foundation did not detail any of the offensive material that led to Schneider's outsing, some of those attendants appeared on TV and posted on social media. Everyone in the room was groaning, saying, "What is going on?" like whispering to themselves. Not a single
What is
laugh.
going on?
Not a single laugh at times. Witness Tynan Allen told the CBC it was just very apparent how uncomfortable everyone felt and how unacceptable the things he was talking about were. What are these things?
You gotta tell, because now now it makes me want to imagine like he came out in blackface and was like what? I thought this is. I'm paying tribute to Justin Trudeau. I thought this is what you guys did.
Allen added that he was perplexed by the foundation's decision to include Schneider.
Trudeau, I mean.
I understand that you're raising money, that you sometimes need to draw a crowd, but it doesn't take a lot to vet people, and specifically to vet people from a values-based perspective, he told the network. Twitter user Geo Karen wrote, "They had Rob Schneider, why, as entertainment, who went off on rants about vaccines, women's rights, and how white men are prosecuted. People got up
He's
and
red
walked
pilled.
out."
He's got a hot wife. Why is he mad?
Email sent to a rep for Schneider and the president of the Hospitals of Regina Foundation, which were not immediately returned on Friday. The event and private fundraising affair had sold out. The organization had raised over $350,000 for Regina's hospital. Schneider was similarly pulled from the stage in the middle of a stand-up set at a GOP event in 2003. Although the hot chick star denied that he was removed from the stage, multiple witnesses report his set was cut short when his jokes were deemed too lewd for the conservative crowd.
Yeah. Which is probably just the administrators. I'm sure the actual crowd was probably having fun. Knowing them. But yeah, he still wants to kiss their ass though, because obviously, I guess he's red pilled, so he didn't want to admit that they took him off. Man, come on, Rob Schneider.
It's very unfortunate. Very
Like,
unfortunate.
I just don't understand. You have such a hot wife. Why are you angry? You're rich. You're rich, and you have a hot wife. What? How are you being persecuted? Because
No telling.
people aren't into your stand-up. Is that it?
Yeah, people were mad. He was probably just fucking getting upset. Nobody was laughing, so he was like, "Oh, I'm getting fucking. Y'all just hate white people." Blah 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 blah.
Which like in the Canadian culture of like a charity hospital, yeah, it's not gonna go well. They're not. I mean, even a Canadian conservative is left compared to like even like a Democrats here, honestly.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke makes history as oldest daytime Emmys winner ever at 98. Yay. Good for him.
Yay! I don't know. I feel like he might be being persecuted.
Oh, so that's everything. That looks doesn't look like there's much else.
You know what? Maybe what has made Rob Schneider turn this way is the fact that it's probably reactionary because most of his comedy was doing accents, and I feel like lefty people are more sensitive about that too. So I feel like that's probably you could do like the most offensive accent to like most conservative people. I don't care, you know. So maybe that's just like he's just mad because like all his funny stuff he can't do.
Oh yeah, so now he's left with bullshit that he can't do.
And now and I understand because there is a market of going red pill. You have to take the cost of like, okay, everybody's gonna think you're a Nazi on this side now, and everyone's gonna be mean, but there's a lot of money to be made when you go right because even though you alienate like a whole other half of people, you get this whole other nice group of people that you can, and they'll get you on anything. Like they'll get you fucking, you can get on like Joe Rogan, you can get on like I don't know what the other fucking ones are right now, but then you could find your own little what do you call them? I can't think of words right now. Echo chamber. Yeah. About finding your own echo chamber and making bank off of it.
Hey.
Even if you don't believe it, you just know what you have to believe. You see the list of what the YouTube complaints are talking about when like the little like what what a sexually frustrated a lot of sexually frustrated men are complaining about, and you just cater to that, just like you do with the opposite. Like what are these whiny people on the left fucking complaining about? Make bank, and then eventually you groom someone, and then you get kicked out.
Oh man.
That's how you do it. That's how you become a political person.
Oh, it's a vicious cycle. All right. So, do you want to look at your little phone, see if any random news articles you want to talk about pops up?
I don't know. We'll see. I guess I could see what news is catered to me. News. One second.
No rush.
Phone is like, no. Nah, bro.
Because I'm just seeing if we can prolong this or not.
Fallout
'cause-
Fallout meets Dune in the massive open world RPG that you can play now.
Okay.
This is a full ad.
Oh,
This
it's
takes
an
me to a
ad.
gaming Bible. I don't want to go to gaming Bible. Okay, this is obviously not news. It's 10 classic stoner metal albums. No, actually, is there the news page on here? How do I get here? No, I guess we'll see what these stoner albums are. Fine. We got we got Black Sabbath's Master of Reality. That's a good one. I think that's the one that's got a Sweet Leaf. Everyone knows Sweet Leaf.
So basically,
Give me some actual news here.
There's nothing. It's all right if there's nothing. We can wrap this up. I was just wondering if we can prolong this because I really ain't got nothing.
5 days ago, a woman was gored by a bison on June 1st in Yellowstone Park.
Oh shit!
It was
That happens a lot.
I always love that. It's always my favorite. It says right here, always stay more than 25 yards away from bison. Okay, gotta stay. That's the recommended safe distance is 25 yards. That's what is that? 3 times 25. Do the math of how many feet that is. I don't want to do it.
I'm always surprised. I'm always wondering, hey, why wasn't that recorded?
Looks like she was just injured though. I mean, we saw some good ones. Remember that little kid that got flipped that we watched?
Yeah, it's just it's insane like how much people are recording for TikTok and stuff. Like still there's stuff that goes unrecorded and missed.
Mm. It's sad. It's sad. I understand. It's sad to miss a good gore. Especially when you could be like, "Oh, they survived, so you don't have to feel too guilty about it." You just be like, "Haha, you're dumb. You got close to the fucking giant beast."
Don't get near the
Oh
giant
yeah, sorry,
beast.
man. Oh, I got you, man.
What was he
Oh
talking?
yeah, you too. Yeah, I was a little too loud.
I
Might
mean,
go to the garage actually.
we can wrap this up actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it is getting kind of late.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
All right. Well, whoever watches this and listens to this, thank you so much. These relaxed talks aren't gonna get any better. That's for sure.
Oh no, they ain't.
This is just the content that we can produce for the subscribers while we are working on the reviews. Gotta let them cook. Got to let them cook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This will be bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you, chump.
What the hell?
Bye, bitch.
Nice.
I'm a weirdo? Why do I have a picture of his asshole if I'm a weirdo?
I'm on crack, and even I think that's whack. Anyways, empty your pockets. Right now, everything. Yeah, I'm serious.
Because the reptilians essentially are just parasites. Like they just go from place to place, suck up all the bad juju, and suck up everything that they can.
And what do they do with the energy?
They are evil.
You are self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. Wanna know how I got these scars? Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing. And you will never be anything. Never. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
You miserable, mediocre nothing.
Make out with a couple of guys in college and all of a sudden you're a Charlie Dick horse.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker. Say you're a good dog. Motherfucker.
Give the gas and juicy slice. Hot drinks really get you going. Warmed you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. You're just thirsty, bitch. Go drink you some water.
No! No! Don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin! You're going to get raped! You're going to get raped! My goodness, right.
Knives are also bad.